Hi friends, continuing with our lecture of oceanography. In the previous lecture we started with the relief of an ocean. That is, how does the ocean look inside? How does the ocean, what are the different types of topographic features? What are the different types of features, or what are the different type of landscapes which are studied in the oceans? While studying those relief features or landscapes, we said that the ocean consists of two parts. One which is made up of a continent or continental margin, and the other which is made up of an oceanic part of an oceanic crust, or which is known as a deep sea plain or also as an abyssal plain. At the same time, in the previous lecture, we even studied what are these continental margins. The flat terrace-like feature we said is a continental shelf. After that, the sloping surface we said is a continental slope, and a slight mound or slight rise at the end of a continental slope is a continental rise in this area. So we stopped here. We also discussed that the abyssal plain is made up of different parts. After in that, we did what is the economic importance of an continental shelf. And while studying the economic importance of the continental shelf, we also studied the continental shelf in India and what are the conditions required for the continental shelf. So you are thorough with the coast of Gujarat, the coast of Maharashtra. Gujarat is having the largest continental shelf. The western coast being an emerged coast, being a submerged coastline, has a greater continental shelf rather than the eastern coast, which is an emerged coastline having an lesser continental shelf, except at the mouth of the rivers, because the rivers bring down the sediments. So at the mouth of the different rivers we have wider continental shelf. So we stopped here. Now let us continue with the study of relief of an ocean, because we have just studied the one part, that is the continental margin. We have not studied the deep sea plain. Now what is the deep sea plain? What is the plain, deep sea plain? Continent is at a greater height, ocean is at a lesser height. Why? If you remember your geomorphology lecture, ocean is denser than the continents. Therefore, the denser is at a lower height. Now, what is this deep sea plain, or what is this abyssal plain? Continental margin has relief features like continental shelf, slope and rise. Obviously, the abyssal plain or the deep sea plain will also have a relief feature. Before starting the relief feature, what is this deep sea plain? The deep sea plains, as the name suggests, these are the plains which are lying in the deep sea. What do you mean? These are the plains lying in the deep sea. That means these are the plains. What is plains? Plains means flat topography. At the depth of 3,000 to 6,000 meters from the surface of the earth. So at a greater depth of 3,000 to 6,000 meters, the flat rolling surface is known as a deep sea plain. Earlier, it was thought that the deep sea plain, that is, everything is flat inside the surface of the earth. But now with the development of science and technology, with the development of study of an oceanography, we know that the ocean surface is not exactly flat. There are also some interesting landscapes, there are also some interesting relief features, if not as interesting as, if not as diverse as dense as on the land, but still it is not a flat and boring topography. Now this deep sea plain, you already know that it is made up of basaltic rock. And how do we know, or why we know now that the deep sea plains are having different type of topography? Oceanography as such is a new science in geography. Why? Because the interest in oceanography started with the development of telegraphs. While laying the telegraphic cables between US, that is North America, and Europe, the explorers came to know that the ocean is not flat as we have thought so. As we have thought, the ocean is not flat. In fact, there are different mountains. There are some of the mountains which are as high, or in fact much higher than the Mount Everest. There are some of the depths or the depressions in the ocean which can have more than one Mount Everest inside them. So that means the ocean floor is very much interesting, and this led to the study of oceanography. In the oceanography, it was understood that the deep sea plains, which are at the greater depth of 3,000 to 6,000 meters, are having different kind of topographies. So this deep sea plains are divided into oceanic trenches, which are shown here. So one part is an oceanic trench. They are divided into mid-oceanic ridges, or they are also known as submarine ridges. Which are called as mid-oceanic ridges also. They are divided into sea mounts. And further they are divided into guyots. So what is the ocean floor, or what is the deep sea plain made up of? Deep sea plain, which is dominated by a basaltic rock, is a flat rolling topography, or a flat rolling surface at a greater depth of 3,000 to 6,000 meters. Remember one fact. These are the areas of the ocean which have a largest aerial extent, or this cover the larger area. So in the diagram also, though it is just a representative diagram, you see the red color shaded area, which is made up of an oceanic plain, is shown greater in the size, or the greater in the coverage area than the black color area. Why? Because the oceans are dominated. In fact, around 75 to 80% of the ocean topography is made up of deep sea plains, or the abyssal plains, while the remaining 20% or 25% consist of the continental margins. Obviously, because continents cannot go more into the sea. Sea ki territory will be open. Ocean it will be ocean territory, ocean rocks, while on the continents it will be continental rocks. So the deep sea plains constitute the larger area of an ocean topography. It is divided into oceanic trenches, submarine ridges, sea mounts, or guyots. Now what are these oceanic trenches? We will study each of this topography in detail. These oceanic trenches are, no doubt, you can see here, you can see as it is as if a deep valley on the ocean floor, or some cut. The ocean floor has cut into deep kind of a depression. So the oceanic trenches are the deepest parts of the Earth's surface. In fact, we can say these are the deepest parts on the Earth's surface, or the deepest parts of the ocean. Mid-oceanic ridges are the mountains which are parallel to each other, and these are long mountains. Therefore, they are known as ridges, because this is a continuous chain of a mountain which is parallel to each other. Remember your geomorphology plate tectonics lecture. Usme I have shown you a diagram, and I have marked it by the red pen. That animated lecture, jisme I have shown you the mountain system inside the surface of the ocean water. Then sea mounts, as the name suggests, is an isolated mountain. A flat-topped sea mount is known as an guyot. Now let us study each of this in detail, and the first thing, we will take the help of, again, geomorphology. We will revise some of the concepts of an geomorphology here. What are these concepts? The concepts here are, in geomorphology there are three kind of a plate boundaries, or three kind of a plate movement. At one, the plate moves away from each other. At other, the plate moves parallel to each other, while at the third, the plate come near each other, they collide, and in such collision, the heavier plate goes below the lighter plate. Now, you also know the continental plates are lighter, while the oceanic plates are heavier. Why? Because the density of Sial is 2.7, Sial is continent, while the density of ocean is 3 grams per meter cube. Sima, that is the oceans are Sima, and who's having larger density. So we will consider in this diagram, the black shaded region is the continent, the blue shaded region is an oceanic plate. Now you can see there are two kinds of movements I have shown. By the direction of arrows, these two plates are coming near each other. When the two plates come near each other, obviously at some other point, the two plates will be going also away from each other. So at one point, if a plate is coming near each other on the circular earth, on the spherical earth, at the same time, at the other end, that plate will be moving away from some other plate. Therefore, it is coming towards some other plate. That means if you are going near someone, it obviously means you are going away from the other party, you are going towards someone. So here also the plates, they are, when the plates, there is a convergent boundary, that this is an convergent boundary, or the plates are coming near each other. While this is a divergent boundary when the plates is going away from each other. This is a divergent boundary when the plate is going away from each other. What happens in the convergent boundary? In the convergent boundary, the two plates come near each other. Because they come near each other, there is a collision of the plates, and as a result, the sediments on both the plates, the weaker parts of both the plates, the marginal parts or the parts which collide of both the plates, they get compressed, they get folded, they get wrinkled, they get, you can say, destroyed, or they get, in the geographical term we call, they get folded to form fold mountains of the world. So you can see that I have shown here mountains to you. They form the fold mountains of the world in the black color. The continental plate is lighter, and therefore whenever there is a collision, the lighter plate will rise upwards. It also means the heavier plate will go downwards. If something is rising, something has to go downwards. So the oceanic plate, which is heavier, it goes below the continental plate. It goes below a continental plate at a point which is known as a subduction zone on the surface of the earth. It is known as a subduction zone. It goes at a point which is known as a subduction zone. That is, it goes at a margin in which there is a subduction zone. The part of the earth's surface where the oceanic plate goes below the continental plate in the subduction zone is nothing but an oceanic trench. So if we try to study this oceanic trench, how will this oceanic trench look like? This oceanic trench will look in the figure. We do not have to study like this. It will look in the figure somewhat like this. That is, यहाँ पे कहीं तो the oceanic plate is going below the continental plate, and therefore there is a kind of an depression which is formed. What is this depression? These are the deepest parts of the earth's surface. These are the deepest part on the ocean surface. These are narrow, deepest valleys on the ocean surface, and therefore they are known as trenches. What do they represent? They represent the area where the continental plate, the area where the oceanic plate goes below the continental plate in a subduction zone. That means they represent a boundary. Which kind of a boundary? Convergent or divergent? When will it go below? When they will come near each other. So that represents a convergent boundary on the surface of the earth. What happens on the convergent boundary? On the convergent boundary, there are high volcanic mountains. So therefore, the area, why there is high volcanic mountain? Because this plate which will go, it will get melted here, and after melting, the water vapor along with minerals will rise up, and it will force its way up. How can it force its way up? If it's successful to blow the rocks on the top of a mountain. If it successfully blows the rocks on the mountain, so whenever such fire comes out from the earth's surface, whenever such explosion comes out from the earth's surface, we call that as an volcano. So, यहाँ पे these are volcanoes. These are areas which are associated with volcanoes. Why? Because as the plate is going down, inside the temperature is very high, so the plate melts. After melting, water vapor rises upwards. उसके साथ numerous gases rise upwards. उसके साथ the fire, that is rock in the molten state, rises upwards. is causing volcanoes. So the oceanic trenches are the deepest part of the oceans. We know that they represent what boundary? They represent convergent boundary. How do they represent convergent? Because these are areas where the oceanic plate goes below the continental plate. That is, therefore, they represent the subduction zones. Third, agar volcanic mountains hai, that means we can say these are parallel to the volcanic mountains of the world. That is, these are parallel to the fold mountains of the world. Yahan pe these are always parallel to the fold mountains of the world. Ya fir island arcs. Island arcs means isolated mountains, such as isolated islands. How are these islands are forming? Islands are nothing but the kind of top of an volcano which has come out of the sea surface. So if a volcano is so strong that it increases in height and some part is reflected above the sea surface, you will call this as an island. So this is an island. Yahan pe island nahi hai. Why this is an island? Because the top is coming out. So they represent island arcs. Therefore, the oceanic trenches are most common along the convergent plate boundary. They are parallel to the mountain system. At the same time, before I go and rub this diagram, at the same time, at the other end, there is a divergence occurring. What do you mean by divergence is occurring? That means the two plates are going away from each other. Whenever the two plates are going away from each other, see the molten rock material, that is whatever the molten rock is present, you know that rock is present in a melted or molten form inside the earth. Why it is present in a molten form? Because of extreme heat. When the earth is moving away, the molten rock or magma or what we call as a lava, when it comes on the surface of the earth, gets a path to come out. And as a result, the molten rock comes out here. After coming, because this is an oceanic plate means obviously it is below an ocean water. The molten rock comes and gets solidified along both the sides. Again the ocean plate will move. The rock the mountain which was formed earlier moves aside and a new lava will come and it will form a mountain. Why does it form a mountain? Why does it form a conical structure? Why not a structure like a flat? Because as soon as the lava comes out from inside the earth, it comes in contact with water, gets solidified before flowing for a larger distance. Comes out, gets solidified before flowing for a larger distance. Then this plate will move away, this plate will move away. So older lava which was formed will be taken to the side. The older lava which was formed will be taken to the side and the newer lava will come out. So a newer lava will come out. So you will have new, old this time. Now how are these mountains? These are parallel to each other. These two belong to same age, they are parallel to each other. These two belong to same age, the red color, they are parallel to each other, and therefore they are known as ridges. Why the mid-oceanic ridge? Because they are generally formed on the middle of an ocean, which represent the ocean floor which are going away from each other. As it is, which is the best example of a mid-oceanic ridge? The best example is the mid-Atlantic ridge. So therefore the best example of a mid-oceanic ridge is a mid-Atlantic ridge, because nowhere in any other oceans you will find the oceanic ridge or the divergent place boundary exactly in the middle as in the Atlantic Ocean. It looks as if Atlantic Ocean is exactly separating from the middle. So at one end you represent the oceanic trenches which are in subduction zone, while at the other end there are mid-oceanic ridges which are the areas of divergence, and therefore the lava comes out. These are also areas where basaltic volcanic mountains are formed. So we will study this trenches and the mid-oceanic ridge in detail. So the first is oceanic trenches. What are oceanic trenches? The oceanic trenches are the deepest parts of an ocean. These are the deepest part of an ocean. Why deepest? Because they represent subduction zone. What do you mean by subduction zone? That means area where oceanic plate goes below the continental plate. Oceanic plate goes below the continental plate, in which, if you again remember your plate tectonics lecture, in which ocean is the oceanic plate going below the continental plate, in which ocean there is a ring of fire, or which ocean is most famous for volcanoes? It is Atlantic or Indian or Pacific? It is Pacific Ocean. Because Pacific Ocean, एक side में it is going below the Asian plate, at the other side it is going below the American plate. Please watch your plate tectonics lecture again if you are facing any difficulty. So therefore, the oceanic trenches are also sometimes called as a Pacific-like margin. Now, you remember the oceanic trenches. Oceanic trenches are parallel to high fold mountains and volcanic islands and volcanic island arcs. These are parallel to fold mountains and volcanic island arcs, and therefore now I'll rub this figure, and therefore in the North America and South America, you have two fold mountains, that is the Rockies mountain system, and you have the second highest mountain system along the western coast of South America, that is the Andes mountain system. Why are this? You know that again your plate tectonics lecture, because the Pacific plate and the American plates are colliding, and therefore we have a Californian trench or Guatemala trench which is parallel here. We have Atacama trench or Peru-Chile trench which is parallel in this region. So this is Californian trench, this is an Peru-Chile trench. This is Peru-Chile trench. So that is why the blue color shows the, यहाँ पे there is a Rockies mountain system and there is an Andes mountain system. There is Andes mountain system. So therefore the mountain systems they are parallel. Similarly, if we look at the other part of the world, that is Asia, now the Pacific Ocean, which is here in between, this entire part is a Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is going below, यहाँ पे along the Asian plate, it is going below the Eurasian, below the American plate. Therefore, again, we have done that the Pacific Ocean is a contracting ocean. That means it is being compressed from both the sides. One side by Asia and Australia region, on the other side by North America and South America region. Both these are continents. Both these are continents. Therefore, obviously continents, because they are lighter, the oceanic plate, which is the Pacific Ocean in between, is going below the continental plate. And therefore, all around this Pacific plate, you have the deepest trenches in the world. In fact, the world's deepest trench, that is the Mariana Trench, is also located here in this region. There is another deepest trench known as Japan Trench is also located here in this region. The other trench, which is known as Kuril Trench, is also located in this region. So which areas of the world, which ocean of the world has maximum number of trenches? Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, या Pacific Ocean? You remember Pacific Ocean. Why? Because the Pacific Ocean is a contracting ocean. Contracting ocean का मतलब क्या है? That means it is getting compressed from all the side. Compression का मतलब क्या है? That means collision is occurring. Collision का मतलब क्या है? The ocean plate, obviously the ocean plate will go below the continental plate if the collision is happening. Which is the ocean plate यहाँ पे? It is the Pacific Ocean plate, there, because the Pacific Ocean plate is getting compressed. So the maximum number of trenches in the world are along, and therefore we have high mountains all along this region. You know that 80% of Japan is mountainous. यहाँ पे this entire area is mountainous. This New Zealand is mountainous. This area of Russia is mountainous. So we have this entire mountains, and what is this we call as a Pacific Ring of Fire. Why Pacific Ring of Fire? Because continuous volcanic eruptions and continuous earthquakes. Earthquake is what? Shaking of the earth. So in this region, there is a continuous volcanic eruption and earthquakes. Look at your volcano lecture. Look at your plate tectonics lecture. Revise them again. Now, so therefore the oceanic trenches are parallel to the fold mountains. For example, again, Californian Trench is parallel to the Rockies Mountain. Peru-Chile Trench is parallel to the Andes Mountain. Now, Peru-Chile Trench, where is the Atacama Desert? This is the region jahan pe there is an Atacama Desert. And therefore, the Peru-Chile Trench is also known as an Atacama Trench or Atacama Trench. Now, we'll look at the top 10 trenches of the world. One of the deepest trenches of the world are, or the major deepest trenches of the world are, one is the Mariana Trench. Mariana Trench. Which ocean is the Mariana Trench? It is located in the Pacific Ocean. It is located in the Pacific Ocean. The second deepest trench, in fact, Mariana Trench is the deepest trench in the world, jiska depth inside the earth is 12 kilometers deep. What is the height of Mount Everest? 8 kilometers. So if you, around 8 kilometers is the height of Mount Everest, and around 12 kilometers is the depth of an Mariana Trench. So if you keep Mount Everest at the floor of a Mariana Trench here, you will see that the Mount Everest does not even come out of an Mariana Trench. So deep is the Mariana Trench. So initial first 6,000 meters, 6 kilometers plus 12 kilometers deep. So around 18 kilometers deep from where we are living on the sea floor. So deep is the Mariana Trench. So unexplored are the oceans. So less we know of the oceans because they are deep inside the earth. The second important trench is the Tonga Trench. Second important trench is the Tonga Trench, again in the Pacific Ocean. The third important trench is, now you have to remember this for prelims point of view. You have to remember this from the prelims point of view. The third important trench is the Philippine Trench. third important trench is Philippine Trench. Where is Philippines? Again in the Pacific Ocean region. Again in the Pacific Ocean region. The fourth important trench is Kuril or Kamchatka Trench. The fourth important trench is Kuril or Kamchatka Trench. Again in the Pacific region. The fifth important trench is Kermadec Trench. The fifth important trench is Kermadec Trench. Again in the Pacific region. Again in the Pacific region, I will show you the location of each of this trench. The Kermadec Trench, for example, is near New Zealand. Kuril or Kamchatka, where is Kamchatka Peninsula or Kuril Islands? Northeastern part of Russia. That is the northeasternmost part of Russia. Tonga Trench, Philippine Trench around Philippines region. Marina Trench near Philippines region. So you see here the top 5 trenches in the world are in the Pacific Ocean itself. We are not even starting with the Atlantic and Indian Ocean. The next trench the sixth deepest trench is the Japan Trench. Again in the Pacific Ocean. The seventh trench is Puerto Rico Trench. Puerto Rico Trench. Now this is a trench which is there in Atlantic Ocean. Which is in the Atlantic Ocean. So the initial 6 trenches are there in the Pacific itself. So therefore the trenches dominate in the Pacific Ocean, which is the deepest trench in the Atlantic, and the 7th deepest trench in the world is the Puerto Rico Trench. So you remember the deepest trench in the world is Marina Trench. The deepest trench in the Atlantic Ocean is the Puerto Rico Trench. Remember the things which are at odd. And now after this, if you want to do the deepest trench of an Indian Ocean, it is the Java Trench. Now I am not giving you any numbering. The Java Trench is in the Indian Ocean. This trench is the deepest trench in an Indian Ocean. So what is the deepest trench in Indian Ocean? It is the 10th deepest trench in the world, not even 8th. It is the 10th deepest trench, but you don't require to remember each of this trench. So we have stopped here. The Java Trench is the deepest trench of Indian Ocean. Puerto Rico, or it is also known as Nares Trench. It is also known as Nares Trench. It is the deepest trench of an Atlantic Ocean, and the Marina Trench is the deepest trench of an Indian Ocean region. So these are the deepest trenches of the world. Now where is this Java Trench located? If we take this as a part of India, this is the Sumatra region of Java. This is the Singapore. This is Andaman Sea region. This is the Andaman Sea region. and this is the Sumatra island of Java. The Java Trench is located in the Sumatra island or Sunda Strait region. This is where the Java Trench is located. Why? Because it represents a boundary between the Indian plate and the Pacific plate. So the Java Trench is also known as a Sunda Trench in this region. It is also known as a Sunda Trench. And it is located in the Andaman Sea region. Which sea region it is located? In the Andaman Sea region, located very near to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands of India. And इसलिए this यहाँ पे जब भी earthquake होता है, then tsunami occurs, because obviously when there is a plate margin, when the plate will collide, there will be shaking up of the earth, there will be earthquake, and इसलिए whenever there is an earthquake, the tsunami occurs in India, and the tsunami occurs and it comes and hits the eastern coast of India. Therefore, the eastern coast of India is more vulnerable to tsunamis than the western coast. Why? Because it is located very near to the Sunda Trench. In fact, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are extremely near to the Sunda Trench. The Sunda Trench itself is near Indonesia, on the Sumatra island of Indonesia, जहाँ the capital Jakarta of Indonesia is located. It is near Singapore region. It is in the Andaman Sea, in the Indian Ocean region, on the eastern coast near the eastern coast of India. And whenever the tsunami occurs, high waves come and hit the eastern coast of India. So the eastern coast of India is more vulnerable to the tsunami. Which was the most dangerous of the tsunami? The 2004 tsunami was one of the most dangerous of all the tsunamis. So this was the trench. Now coming to the next part is the mid-oceanic ridges. Coming to the next part is the mid-oceanic ridges. What are these mid-oceanic ridges? This we already show. These are the zone of divergence. These are mountains parallel to each other, running for hundreds and thousands of kilometers. What do they represent? This represent the zone of divergence. If I try to show you on the world map the location of a mid-oceanic ridge, so the mid-oceanic ridges, if I draw a world map here, because we have done the trenches, so I will rub this part. I will take the liberty of rubbing this part. The mid-oceanic ridges, if I try to show you on the world map, so if I try to show you the location of mid-oceanic ridges, you will see that there is a continuous mountain which I am showing you in blue color, which runs in this direction. And uska continuation here. And remember, this all is continuous because of the limitation of the board again, but this is continuous. Yahan pe there is Asia, yahan pe there is Australia. So it goes behind Australia, comes near South America. So this blue color line is nothing but a mid-oceanic ridge. So you can say this running for 75,000 kilometers. This is the longest mountain system on the surface of the earth. Again, I have shown you how does it look from the satellite in the plate tectonics lecture. Sometimes the mid-oceanic ridge, what is this land? What is this area of the world famously known as? This is Iceland. So sometimes the mid-oceanic ridges rise up to such a great height that, what do you mean by rise up to such a great height? That is, if this is an ocean floor, if this is ocean, the mid-oceanic ridges have such a great height, that is, they rise up, and they obviously, when they will rise up, they will be known as an island. So they rise up from the ocean floor and they are seen on the surface of the earth. The best example of such extension of mid-oceanic ridge on the surface of the earth is the Iceland region. And also, is the Greenland region and the Iceland region. Is the Greenland and Iceland region. So the mid-oceanic ridge are the longest mountain systems on the world. Why longest? Because somewhere in the world the sea floor is spreading. So you also know that, see the location of mid-oceanic ridge here. Why like this in India? Because it is parallel to the Himalayas yahan pe. So whenever the Indian plate goes below the Eurasian plate, there is an opening up of a mid-oceanic ridge, because this represent a convergent plate boundary, this will represent a divergent plate boundary. So what are the mid-oceanic ridges? These are parallel volcanic mountains. What do they represent? They represent divergent plate boundaries. They represent divergent plate boundaries. What happens in this divergent plate boundaries? The lava comes up, gets solidified in a parallel manner. And what is the remarkable feature? Running for around 75,000 kilometers. This is longest mountain system in the world. This is the longest mountain system in the world. Now, sometimes the height of this mountain is so great that they are projected on the surface of the earth above the ocean as islands. The best example is the Greenland region and the Iceland region. So this Iceland, therefore Iceland is an example of an volcanic plateau, volcanic region, volcanic mid-oceanic ridge, and therefore because it is present, it is an example of a volcanic region. Iceland is famous for what? Why is Iceland famous in tourism? Iceland is famous for hot springs and geysers. Remember your volcano chapter. What are hot springs? Jahan se hot water is coming out from the ground. Why the hot water is coming out? Because unke niche there is a volcano, and the volcano makes this water hot. What are geysers? When the water boils, water vapor comes out. So instead of water, when the smoke is coming out, the fumaroles, these are known as fumaroles and geysers. So sometimes these ridges are project above the ocean as islands. Example is Iceland and Greenland region. Iceland and the Greenland region. So in the examination, if I ask you a question that whether this statement is true or false, Iceland or Greenland is an extension of Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Is it true or false? Mid-Atlantic Ridge is what? A mid-oceanic ridge in the Atlantic Ocean. Iceland and Greenland are what? A parts of mid-oceanic ridge or parts of mid-Atlantic ridge. These are islands, the peaks of the mid-oceanic ridge which have come out. So the statement is true. So remember that Iceland and Greenland are the projection of mid-Atlantic ridge or mid-oceanic ridges on the surface of the earth. Now, which is the longest mountain system on the surface of the earth? It is on the earth it is mid-oceanic ridge. Which is the longest mountain system on the continents? It is Andes. Andes is the longest mountain system on the continents. Himalayas are the highest mountain system on the continents. But the longest mountain system on the surface, on the earth, that is including continents and the ocean, is the mid-oceanic ridges. We will study each of this mid-oceanic ridge in detail while studying the Pacific, while studying the Atlantic, and while studying the Indian Ocean region. The next is the seamount. Next is the seamount. What are these seamounts? An isolated mountains, as you can see. Why isolated? Because they are not parallel. The mid-oceanic ridge runs parallel to each other. These two mountains in the mid-oceanic ridge run parallel to each other. But what are these seamounts? Sometimes the ocean floor is very weak. Very weak. And on this weak ocean floor, if this is an ocean, downwards there is a collection of large amount of magma or lava. This magma or lava comes out as a volcano. Over the period of time, again one more volcanic eruption. Again volcanic eruption. Again a volcanic eruption. So sometimes the height of this volcanic mountain exceeds 1000 meter, becomes greater than 1000 meter. When the height of this isolated volcanic mountains exceed 1000 meter, these are known as a seamounts. So these are what seamounts are? What? Isolated volcanic mountains on the ocean, rising abruptly for greater than 1000 meter from ocean floor. From ocean floor. These are known as a seamounts. Now, if this mountain is rising abruptly from an ocean floor, take an example again. If this mountain is rising abruptly from an ocean floor, but the water is, the powerful agent of erosion. So water being the powerful agent of erosion, it will erode the weakest part. Now in this mountain, what is easier part to erode? This narrow top or wide base? Obviously, the narrower top will be eroded, and over the period of time, because of erosion, this seamount will become flat. The seamount will become flat. So the flat-topped seamounts are known as guyot. So what is a guyot? A flat-topped seamount is known as a guyot. Is known as guyot. So what are the keywords you have to remember from an examination point of view regarding seamount? And it is of an volcanic origin. What is the height greater than 1000 meters? From where? From the ocean floors. If a seamount becomes flat topped, it is known as Guyot. So flat top means Guyot. In the previous lecture, I gave you a very fast introduction. We have gone into detail. Now in the next lecture, we will study each and every ocean floor in detail. So keep on revising this lecture. If you are having doubts, you can ask it on the discussion forum. So sometimes even I reply to the doubts, not directly but indirectly, obviously. So here, if you have doubts, you ask it without any hesitation. Try to listen to the lectures, and I wish you, because the examination is approaching, I wish that you are studying very well. Compete with yourself. Don't take too much tension regarding the examination. Set a good target. That target you should be, that is before sleeping in the night, you should be satisfied of your work. That is, compete with yourself, and wish you all the best for your examinations, and keep happy studying. Till we meet again, thank you very much.